Lust is the second strongest instinct we humans have. Number one is survival instinct. So if I'm underwater and I ain't getting back up and I ain't breathing, best believe I'm not gonna just accept that. Eventually I might, but my body will try to get to the surface. You know this. If I'm burning alive, there's no amount of meditation that will make that feel, oh, it's just burn. My skin is just falling off my body. That's fine. I'm burning alive. That's okay. What I'm getting at is we cannot be so judgmental of our own programming. Hold on, I'm gonna sit back a bit. We can't be so. I have like these red straps. I was wearing my bag to the gym today, and I guess that just imprinted through my shirt. Anyway, we cannot be so judgmental of our programmed from God instincts. And I assume people watching this are interested in not being so stuck in a lustful experience. And then there's people usually in the mainstream, who says sex is healthy. It could be, but it's all about retaining semen, because that's our energy, that's our life force, our urges. You can't just spill that everywhere. You can, you'll just be dull. You'll just be like mindless, unconscious. You know how that feels like, I'm sure. There's some part of you that doesn't want to be that, but it's just under all this moss and rocks and sticks and debris, and you don't have the energy to pick them up. I'm stuttering now. Regardless, I know you don't want to be in that position. I think lust can be harnessed and transformed into something that's useful. Like anything, addiction could be a challenge for you, and I mean that with positive connotations. Challenges are always positive. That is a challenge to yourself, and you are pushing yourself to a limit to overcome these challenges. This is your quest, okay? This is your meaning. This is where you'll find true peace. Completing your quests. You gotta work that list down. Anyway, I'm sure you've noticed, I'm just talking from a masculine perspective, of walking down the street or being at the gym or anywhere, and you see a woman, doesn't matter like who they are, we kind of go, huh? Or some of us are sly about it, we just go, you notice them. Like, I don't think like guys really, like, we notice guys and we're like, okay, that's a guy. Like, we're very, 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 very simple. We're differently wired, men and women, obviously. So how can we even understand each other? This works as dating advice too. You just have to realize the feminine game and the masculine game. Honestly, we both play games, and that's just how life is. You ever see like, just think of any animal, you know, and how they mate. They play a little game, you know? So, and that's how you should look at life anyway, just as a game. It's not that serious. If you accidentally look at a girl for too long, that's okay. What's the worst that happened there? Oh no, I'm not as strong as I thought. And then the woman would probably be like, ah. Or like, they wouldn't even notice. I'm not sure how it works over there. Over there, like it's a place. It kind of is. It's just like a whole different mindset. Women, where you at? I want to hear your thoughts. But yeah, I think we're taught to either suppress these feelings or let them out in the darkness of our bedrooms and become porn addicts, because there's no consequence then. It's only you and porn. There's no one else watching except God. And your higher self who's like, come on, this stuff ain't for you. And you know this, we all know this. This is all like intuitive knowledge that needs to be like dug up every so often. And then you'd be like, oh yeah, I remember how it feels to be like peaceful. As like, do you remember when you were a kid and you just saw a woman and you just saw a woman and you were like, it's, well, depending on your experience, but my experience, like, I loved women. I still do, obviously. Love girls. I love the energy, the comforting energy. Like, me as a kid, I needed that, so I gravitated towards that. And through school, gravitated towards that. To the point where, like, I had that mindset, like, pretty much all through teen. It changed a little bit, obviously, because in order to become a man, you need to let go of some of that. But I remember, like, guys would be like, they couldn't talk to the girls, and I was like, why? They're just like, they just wanted you just listen to them. And like, I know that's a very simple, common thing, but it's like mostly true. Stereotypes exist, you know. And I could never really. I was like kind of intimidated by the popular girl. Go figure. Obviously, because that's just like, we're just very separate vibes. I have a stutter today. And I encounter that kind of girl, and it's still like kind of like, oh, I can notice, like, I notice you, and you're like, there's a very powerful feminine energy, like, with those types of women, and I think you know who I'm talking about. They're just like very flirtatious, which is fine. I don't care. But I almost have to, like, I notice that, and like, it doesn't, I'm at the point where I'm like, I notice it, I appreciate it, respect it, but I don't like, I'm just like in the middle, you know, I'm not going towards it necessarily, or anything like that. I don't know how it is for women, I really don't, but I think my theory is that they're more attracted to security, and guys are kind of like background characters, kind of how like we see other guys until they're like, I'm not sure, I'll have to become a woman and find out. But yeah, this is just, my main point is to relax, take it easy. What if we just started meditating? Excuse me. Take it easy. And if you'll know if like the right girl is right for you, you'll just know. There's no questioning, there's almost no like intimidation. If you're just yourself, your authentic self, and a really like good special girl who is also authentic, you can sense when someone's guard's down. You can sense the barriers. You can sense where they're at, you know? If you're higher in consciousness, because some people, they don't know. They're just like in their own head. And I don't take that as a negative. I think that's just, we need that. We need all types of consciousness here in order for everything to flow correctly. I don't know, I'm not God. I'm just like making excuses for that, but God's plan. That Drake song is stuck in my head now. But yeah, keep up your semen retention, and if you if you bust a nut, don't worry about it. You can be like, oh, or you can just be like, you know what, I'm okay. I may have lost some energy, but I'll get it back. It's just how life is. So, yeah, just take it easy. Alright, catch ya. That's all in my brain.